and welcome to an Eaten Living and 3 Vegetables Dinner Thursday as part of the July series Healthy Life. This is the last Thursday where I'm going to share what we're having for dinner, and this meal incorporates at least 3 vegetables, and I'm making today chicken kebabs with some buckwheat and vegetables, fried vegetables on the side. So I'm going to start off with making the marinade for the chicken, and I'm using extra virgin olive oil, about half a cup. I'm going to pour it into my dish where I'm going to marinate the meat. Next, I'm going to add the balsamic vinegar, and I will need about 2 tablespoons of that. I like marinating any type of meat in tomato sauce or ketchup. It adds acidity and it also adds some extra flavor to the meat. Today I'm using ketchup, and I will need about 2 tablespoons of ketchup. Now I'm going to add salt, 1 teaspoon of salt. We don't need much because I already added ketchup and the balsamic vinegar, and it will have enough acidity, so about 1 teaspoon of salt. Now I'm going to season it some more with black pepper and red paprika, about 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of each. Now I'm going to add in some thyme. Again, probably 1/2 teaspoon. Now I'm going to chop up 1 medium-sized onion. Now I'm just using a fork to mix all the seasoning into the oil and the vinegar before I add the onions. Just separate the onions a bit so that the chicken gets as much of the onion flavor as possible. Now just coat the onions with the marinade. I'm going to cut up the chicken into as much of the equal size pieces as possible so that they all cook evenly. It's time to add the chicken into the marinade, and I'm just going to use my hands to coat all the pieces with the marinade so that they get all the seasoning and get nice and tasty. Now it's time to let the chicken rest, so I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for about an hour. As a side, we're going to have buckwheat, and buckwheat is very nutritious. It is rich in magnesium, iron, potassium, and vitamin B6. So I'm going to add about 1/2 cup of buckwheat into my pot, and usually cook it like you would cook some rice. So I'm going to add chicken broth, about 1¼ to 1½ cups of organic chicken broth, and you can use water or vegetable broth. I'm going to add the chicken broth into the pot, and I usually don't boil the chicken broth before I add in the buckwheat. I usually just start cooking it all together on the stove. So I'm just going to put it on high to high medium heat and wait for it to boil. Once it boils, I will reduce the heat to low and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. My buckwheat is done cooking, and I did not add any salt or pepper. You can season it to your liking. After letting the chicken marinate in the refrigerator for about an hour, I'm going to put it on my wooden skewers. And I try not to put the meat pieces too close together and leave some room in between so that the heat can cook the meat pieces as evenly as possible. I preheated my grill pan until it's nice and hot. I'm going to put my kebabs on top of it, and they don't need to cook for a very long time, probably 10 minutes. I also preheated a pan for my vegetables. I'm going to add my chopped up vegetables. I have broccoli and green and red peppers here, some red onions, mushrooms, and baby carrots and baby corn. I'm going to cook my vegetables until the carrots reach my desired tenderness. And that's when I know when my vegetables are done cooking, and they don't have to be too soft, because if you overcook the carrots, then the rest of your vegetables will be overcooked as well and lose their nutrients. So they need to be still somewhat crunchy. So my dinner is done, and it is so delicious. I hope you make it, and if you do, I'm sure you'll be in love with it. Leave your comments below and thumbs up this video if you liked it. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy. Bye.